Hello? Hello? Oh, oops. Hello?
What'd you break?
No, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Chad, he broke something.
Hello?
Chat, snitch him out.
I really need more. I really need better lighting for my webcam. Man,
Well, my phone just notified me that you're live, so...
sick.
And so did mine.
Cool.
Because we're subscribed to Brawl Fan 1, like the rest of you should be.
Except for that one guy that kept threatening to unsub yesterday because I wouldn't talk about making a moveset for Yuri.
Seriously.
And then I just hit, and then they just got weird, so I blocked them. How's everyone doing today?
Wait, weird how? Or is that the story for another day?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Fair enough.
How's everyone doing today? You all ready to get to the bottom of this list, and then so we can go back and start fleshing everything else out? Because I gotta culture you people today. You guys made me sad when very little of you knew what Xenoblade Chronicles was. Or that maybe you did know what it is, you never played it. You need to play Xenoblade Chronicles. In fact, you guys need to play every single game that's listed as a series in Smash Bros. Every single one. You all have to do it. All of you.
I thought you were gonna say they all need to start playing the Xeno games. Like, good luck getting a copy of Xeno Sagas.
You know what? Also play every game that's been made into a what if series.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys can't just sit here and play Roblox all day. You gotta broaden your horizontals. So I'm here to culture you people.
How does it feel being called out on the fact that each and every single one of you are children?
Pop quiz. What's a Marlboro? Does any of you know what a Marlboro is? Pop quiz.
I do actually. I just fought one. I'm playing Final Fantasy X.
You don't know what a Marlboro is? Culture yourselves.
Also, Marlboros suck.
Like, if I start listing off these Final Fantasy monsters and none of you know what they are, I'm gonna be really sad.
This means I can help out with this one, right?
Well, I already got the list pretty much made. Because it was pretty easy. Because, like, weak enemies, goblins, moos, bombs, were-rats, hedgehog pies, and drakes. Strong enemies, deathclaws, corals, cactuar, and tonberry. Bosses, behemoth and Malboro, or mini-bosses, behemoth and Malboro. And then the world boss can just be Bahamut.
Yeah, Behemoth and Malboro seems about right.
Phone charging slowly. This is the fastest phone charger on the market.
Cooper creates BJ. Apologize, but I have never opened a Final Fantasy game in my life.
That is a crime.
See, that's how you upset me. Like the pixel remasters of Final Fantasies 1 through 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, 12, Pocket Edition 15, World of Final Fantasy, Chocobo GP, Chocobo's Mystery.
I like how you conveniently skipped 13, and you know what? I don't blame you.
13's not on the Switch.
It doesn't either way.
But I skipped 13 because it's not on the Switch. But 13 is on Steam. 13, 2. No, yeah, 13. Yeah, 13 2. 13 Lightning Returns.
I know who Sephiroth is and what he did to Aerith. That's like saying you know who the first president of the United States is.
Someone in chat really just tried to say Final Fantasy sucks. That's
bad takes. Bad takes.
Bad takes. Look, I understand you're just trying to get a rise out of me, and good attempt.
Yeah. However, I am approaching your house rapidly.
All right. That said, though, Brandon, what do you think we should do in terms of the setting of a single Final Fantasy level?
A level?
Yeah. Like a Smash Bros. adventure mode style level. Like, should it be just like a dungeon, tower, whatever?
The Crystal Tower.
The Crystal Tower.
I was gonna say Midgar or Balam Garden, but I think the Crystal Tower would be more fitting.
I'm sorry, Mr. BJ, man. I've only played 2 hours of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I will do better to make up for my previous errors by speedrunning every game in the series to make it up to you. Good!
That's some conviction.
The only thing I know of Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy VII. That's fine. You should just play more of them.
I know what a chocobo is? Cool. That's a start.
Let's start.
That said, Brandon, what do you think would be some good items that can be made from Final Fantasy?
Potions. What else?
There is the Phoenix Downs, but like, how could those be used like well? That isn't just another like extra stock item.
I mean, it might as well be an extra stock item.
I'll write it down, but we'll come back to it.
What else? What else? In terms of items.
Ultima weapon as an item.
Wait. Which Ultima weapon?
Wait, no, I think he's joking.
Wait, as an item? Oh, I thought we were talking bosses, man. Actually, materia could be good items.
Summon materia? Or just summons in general?
Oh, no, like magic materia.
Because someone mentioned, how a summon can be a materia. But, as, well, if we're gonna pick a summon specifically as an item, it'd have to be like a small summon, like a carbuncle or something.
That's not Kingdom Hearts, Rabbit Boy. Kingdom Hearts took that from Final Fantasy. You're probably joking around, but still, I'm culturing you people.
We're all culturing you people.
Alright. How about Bayonetta? Does anyone here know anything about Bayonetta? Because I actually don't. I know very little about it. Aside from the one Let's Play that I've seen of the first game so far.
Well,
all I have written down is Affinity
you
being a weak
play?
enemy. Brandon, help.
Weren't you?
Culture me.
I need to get the Switch version of that game again so I can...
Like how nobody here knows anything about Bayonetta.
Hold on. So what are we on about? What are we talking?
Let's look at Bayonetta enemies first. Start with that. Because obviously, yeah, we have the Angels of Paradiso, the Infernal Demons, and the Homunculi. We can probably skip the Homunculi for now.
Why?
Because we can only have 6 weak enemies and 4 strong enemies, too many bosses, and then a world boss. We don't have that much room.
We could still, like...
So it looks like Bayonetta 1 at least has ranks for the angels.
Yeah.
There's normal angels, archangels, and then principalities, second sphere, powers, virtues, dominions, first sphere. Oh, so that first one was what, the third sphere? Yeah, third sphere. So is it ranked based on third sphere is like the weakest, and then first sphere is the strongest? Is that how that works?
It's been a minute.
Use the spears that enemies drop as items.
The enemies that appear in the background of the Umbra Clock Tower, those are the angels.
Yeah, those are affinities. Like... Cachette and Compassion. What is this? Looks like a giant face with little faces.
That looks like a donation.
Oh, thank you so much, Jurassic. I love your videos, especially the ones with Capcom. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Capcom. Wait, hold on.
Deer and Decoration. Enchant.
There it is.
Acceptance. Acceptance, he looks cool. Would Acceptance be a weak enemy? Because it puts him under just Angel in the third sphere, so I assume that means he's a weak enemy, right? Is that how that works? Or is he bigger than that? Oh no, actually he doesn't look that big from the pictures that I'm seeing of him. Maybe. Have you already done Punch-Out? Yeah, we did Punch-Out before. We didn't finish it, but we went through it for a bit. I say you need Cactuar as a strong enemy and Tonberry as a mini-boss. Nah, Tonberry's fine as a strong enemy.
Yeah. Like, because Tonberries aren't hard to kill. They're just, what makes them scary is the fact that they can one-shot you.
Valiant as a mini-boss? Valiant is an angel of the first sphere that challenges Bayonetta during his hunt for Loki on Loptor's behalf. Appearing on the second game, Bayonetta 2 as a mini-boss. Oh, so he is a mini-boss then. Valiant?
It's the same with Cactuars. They're not hard to kill, they're just annoying to do. Similar to how Cactuars are scary in the sense that they can one-shot you. Similar to how Tonberries are scary because of the fact that they can one-shot you. Cactuars are like of that same plane but instead of just being able to one-shot you, they can just run away mad easy. So I mean, but again, they're not hard to kill. So.
Am I going in order of series? Yes, I am. He is a basic enemy like affinity. Are you referring to Acceptance or whatever that was as being a basic enemy? Like you guys are saying, so folks are saying that some folks are saying that Acceptance should be an enemy and then Valiant should be a mini boss. But the fact that not a lot of people are really giving much clarity on this in general probably means that they don't. Yeah, people just are not that. Fairness is a strong enemy. Those are fire dogs. Fairness? It's in the second sphere. What about the white-haired witch as a boss? Jean?
You're gonna make Bayo fight her wife?
Oh, what in the world? Well, the wiki is not being responsive here. So I gotta close it. Alright, I'll write them down for now. So fairness. I'll put down acceptance under weak enemy. Bayo married someone else?
No, I don't count that, because Bayonetta 3 story was bad.
I'm probably going to end up having to just watch Bayonetta Let's Plays proper to get an idea of what enemies are most common and which ones could be used. It probably wouldn't hurt in general just to stick to the angels specifically here. Pikmin is a bad franchise with boring games. I mean, I've never heard of Pikmin before, so I'll take your word for it. Is that a game where you pick your men for shooters or something? I don't know. All right, we'll go past Bayonetta for now, and get to a series that I'm sure a lot more of you are familiar with. Splatoon. You guys know Splatoon, right? Yes, the pick women are better. You're right.
Do you know your woomies?
Thank you, Jurassic. You have inspired me. Capcom 5 All Stars to you. Rock on also. Will Rathalos work in Smash? Just some thoughts on my project. Depends on the Rathalos. Because Rathalos is very big. But maybe if you use like the Rathalos like Ratha Rider deal, you might be able to pull that off. Alright, so the enemies that I got listed here for Splatoon. For the weak enemies, I have Octo Troopers, Octocopters, Octo Balls, Octo Snipers, Chum, and Small Fry. Strong enemies, I got Twinticle Octo Troopers, Octo Commanders, Octo Bombers, and Cohawks. For mini bosses, I have Octo Stomp and Steel Eel. And for the world boss, it's DJ Octavia with the Octobot King. How does that sound to you, Brandon? Were we a Brandon again? We were.
Yeah, he's on mute.
Brandon. That's actually a well-rounded collection. Cool. DJ Activity is definitely the final boss. I figured that. I figured he would be. So what level do we want then for Splatoon? What's the Splatoon level? Because beforehand, we listed down Octo Valley, Deep Sea Metro, and Alterna. Would it not just be Octo Valley? That's kind of like a basic level deal. Like World Theme Octo Valley. Tacticooler as an item? What's Tacticooler? Crab tank?
So the Tacticooler is a deployable cooler with 4 empowering drinks.
What's it do?
It gives you buffs.
A special weapon in Splatoon 3, and it's a deployable cooler with 4 empowering drinks, 1 for each member of the team. A player who drinks gains essential, albeit temporary buffs to the movement and respawn penalties. Speed up, run up, intensify action, quick jump, quick super jump, quick respawn, special saver, ink resistance up. Crab tank? Like now suddenly the chat's moving fast, because now we're on an item that everyone here actually seems to know. How about that? It's like we need to culture you guys a little more.
Brandon's back.
Brandon.
What's up?
Splatoon items. People are saying Tacticooler and Crab Tank.
As items?
I guess.
Just do suction bombs.
Suction bombs?
Suction bombs, toxic mist.
Okay. Suction bombs. And item you pick up and throw.
Toxic mist should be one too.
When thrown, it will stick to any. It'll stick. Not stick. Stick. Thank you once again, Jurassic. Thank you for the thoughts. I was aiming for the normal Rathalos. Why I choose him was how iconic he would be. I also might need more thoughts, though. Well, the normal Rathalos is a big guy. That's the thing. So that's why I like Ratha is a smaller Rathalos that's a bit more human-sized. It will stick to whatever surface it lands on. Then soon explode after. When it explodes, ink flies everywhere, which can cover enemies. When inked, they take more damage from attacks. Okay, and then you said toxic bomb?
Toxic mist.
Toxic mist. Sub weapon in Splatoon 2 and 3. It is a thrown bottle that, on impact, releases a toxic gas that slows and drains the ink on enemies within it. Interesting. Okay. Slowly damages enemies as well as slows their movement speed for a brief period. The cloud doesn't last very long. The Splatana as like a melee weapon?
Yeah.
A melee weapon. When swung, it hurls ink forward. If forward, which can cover enemies. If it directly hits an enemy, it applies more ink than usual.
You know, this would be a good time to boot up Splatoon 3 and just show off the weapons that everyone's like trying to suggest.
What's the stream's goal? I'm very confused. We are making a theoretical adventure, Smash adventure mode. Because that's fun, right?
So, while we're on the topic of Splatoon 3, who's participating in Splatfest this weekend?
What was the Splatfest? Was it ice cream flavors?
Yeah, vanilla versus strawberry versus mint chocolate chip.
You see, vanilla is the only correct choice here. And of course, let me guess, they gave vanilla to Shiver, didn't they?
Yes.
Yep. They made that one super biased.
Fryer's got no, Fry has strawberry.
Which means no one's gonna pick it.
And Big Man has mint chocolate chip.
And they're gonna be
no. People are gonna pick strawberry because like people like on God Yeah, see? Let him see that, and there it is. Mr. Maniac says they're gonna pick Strawberry if they participate in Splatfest.
All right. So what are some other fun Splatoon items we can use?
Splatoon items. Okay. You could probably do a splash wall. Well, maybe that wouldn't work in a 2D sense.
What are some of the most common and iconic ones?
Splat bomb.
Wasn't that already used by the Inkling in general?
Yes. Burst bomb.
I mean, look at the sub-weapons overall. Yeah, the Splat Bomb, Suction Bomb, Burst Bomb, Seeker, Curling Bomb, Auto Bomb, Ink Mine. Can we not have so many bombs? We need a variety here.
Well, that's why I said splash wall, but that probably wouldn't work in an adventure 2D sense.
Torpedo, device that transforms into a floating homing missile within the range of target. The missile itself is incapable of splatting. An opponent eliminated will deal a large damage.
I don't think the sprinkler would work in a 2D sense.
A sprinkler
Yeah.
continually sprays ink in a circular area around the area in a staggering motion until it is broken by enemy fire or the deployer gets splattered. It can be thrown onto virtually any surface. So you just trying to water the grass, or why do so many things explode in Splatoon? What the heck?
I think Zuka could be good, maybe.
I guess aside from sub-weapons, what are some other, like, normal weapons that could be seen as good items, potentially?
Blaster.
The blaster?
Yeah, blaster could work.
Splooshomatic, Splatter Shot Jr., Splatter Shots. The end zap? That's just a zapper.
Yes, that's the joke.
What'd you say the weapon was, Brandon?
Blaster.
Wait, are there, like, variations of different kinds of weapons?
Yes.
Do they all do the same thing, or, like, what?
I mean, they function differently.
Heavy Splatling?
It's exactly what you think it is.
Oh, it's a minigun.
Yeah.
Probably should have some kind of, like, ranged weapon in general. Are the blasters, like, single, like single, like...
No. They don't share stats. They do not share stats.
Which weapon is, like, one-handed? Is it just the shooters?
Yes.
Because are blasters one-handed or two-handed?
Two-handed.
Okay.
No, they really don't share the same stats. Like, most blasters don't have nearly as much firepower or rate of fire or range as other blasters do.
See, my only worry is the fact that the splatters is still the Inkling weapon. Thank you once again, Jurassic. Thank you so much, Capcom Fighting All Stars will be in your name. as inspiration for my work. 89 Capcom fighters, normal Rathalos included. I too am working on my own adventure mode. Need thoughts. I need thoughts.
Maniac, you're probably thinking of some of the branded weapons, like the weapons that like are the same but are different branded. You're probably thinking about those, but I promise you, weapons like the blaster don't share the same stats as the range blaster or the Luna blaster, for that matter.
Well,
Those stats are completely different.
Thank you once again, Jurassic, so much. Thoughts regarding an adventure mode for a Capcom fighting game? Like, I'm gonna need some context. Like, what kind of Capcom fighting game is it? Like, is it like Marvel vs. Capcom, or is it closer to Smash, or something else entirely?
Thought that's what we were saying when we were said variations of weapons. No. Like the Splattershot Junior is the Splattershot Junior versus the Splattershot. The Splattershot Junior, for all intents and purposes, is a different type of Splattershot, but those stats are completely different from a basic Splattershot.
Add small fry. It's literally an item that can only be used in the campaign, and it's not an ink-based weapon. Add small fry as an enemy, though. Are those different things, or?
Blasters and shooters are very different. Well, those are different categories of weapons. I'm saying weapons within those respective categories still share very different stats.
I guess to put an end to this conversation here, because I'm looking at the splatters. Sploosh-O-Matic, a mid-damage close-range shooter. Splatter shot. First weapon given to the player upon start of the game. It is a low-damage close-range shot with a high rate of fire, whereas the Sploosh-O-Matic has the shortest range. The Splash-O-Matic is low-damage, close-range, high rate of fire, but has better accuracy. Aerospray, low-damage, close-range, high rate of fire, has the widest spread. So yeah, they all have very minute differences between them.
I'm about to boot up Splatoon 3 and culture your chat.
Well, we need to culture them. That's how it works. And thank you once again, Jurassic. It's a fusion of Smash and Devil May Cry gimmicks. Devil May Cry gimmicks? You mean like beat 'em up? Wait. Sorry, like, what do you mean exactly when you say Devil May Cry gimmicks? Like, what Devil May Cry gimmicks in particular?
Is the combat gonna be stylish?
Alright, how long have we been on Splatoon? We're half hour in. Alright, we'll come back to Splatoon.
Did I crash?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Alright, Castlevania. So for Castlevania, how I have it set up here are weak enemies. We got bats, skeletons, mermen, fleamen, ghosts, and Medusa heads. Strong enemies, we got white dragons, bone pillars, mummy men, and werewolves. For mini bosses, we got Frankenstein's monster and Igor, as well as Death. And then for the world boss is Dracula himself. The level would obviously take place in Dracula's castle. And for a few of the items that I got, we got Death Sights, which is already a weapon in the game. I also added the Pocket Watch, which, when used, it stops time and halts all enemies and opposing players in place for a short time. They cannot be launched from where they are, but they can take damage. If enemies take more damage than they can handle, then they'll automatically be KO'd once time resumes. And when it says that, this part is referring to, like, the adventure mode enemies, not players. I should probably make a note of that. I also have the Grimoire as an item. When picked up, it automatically spins around the user for a limited time. Players and enemies who come into contact with the spinning book take damage. And also, can we not include sub-weapons or items that are already used by the Belmonts, please? I'd rather not. Golems as obstacle enemies? What's a golem? Brandon, you play Castlevania, right? Brandon?
keeps dying. He's back on mute.
He keeps ditching. Chat. Brandon keeps ditching us. We're trying to culture you guys, and he keeps ditching us.
Actually, BJ, you want to know a funny Castlevania anime?
What's that?
So have you ever heard of Hyena with Gun?
What?
Yeah, that's an actual Castlevania enemy. Hyena with Gun.
Golem is what they meant to say. Okay. Are golems not killable enemies? No, these aren't killable enemies. I'm not adding a hyena with a gun. Brian, why would you do this to me? I thought we were friends. Why would you sabotage me like this? Thank you once again, Jurassic. Yes, combat will be stylish, but when it comes to 1v1 fights, it takes the Smash game. For roaming, it takes DMC gimmicks. So you're saying it's a game that like switches between 2D and 3D? Like some fights it takes place on like a 2D plane, but other times it takes place in like a 3D arena?
That's Pokken.
Brandon, why do you keep abandoning us?
I'm not.
Also, Brandon, Brian's sabotaging me here. He mentioned a hyena with a gun, and now the chat won't stop talking about it. Silver
I am a
cannonballs?
master influencer.
For an item, the chrysogram?
I'm gonna need you to just rethink yourself.
Add Vampira as a mini-boss for strong enemy? No. We have to have death, and Frankenstein's important too. What is this? We are building adventure modes. Also, what is Vampira?
Oh, whoops. Here, rethink all the choices.
Do you mean Carmilla? Who is Vampira? I don't know who Vampira is. Vampira is another name for Carmilla. Yeah, Carmilla. Yeah, the vampire lady who is usually naked in a lot of the games.
Vampire with a gun. That already exists. His name is Soma Cruz.
Also, his name is Blade. I think that was the Marvel vampire, if I'm remembering his name correctly.
Yeah.
Throwable garlic, is that actually an item in Castlevania? Or are you just making that up because vampire? Castlevania items, let me say. Add the Cyclops? What Castlevania games do a Cyclops appear in?
I mean, there was actually a Cyclops in the Netflix show, I know that.
We're not basing this on the Netflix show. We're basing it on the video games.
In Castlevania. Pops.
What's that?
Castlevania.
Oh no, Brandon's being attacked by the robot again. Brandon! I can't believe this guy's Brandon's dying again. Thank Thank you so much once again, Jurassic. Why I chose normal Rathalos is because of Teppen, so I fused all versions of the Wrath to make a possible moveset. Also, it is a switch between 2D and 3D. Also, Brian, thoughts on this hyena with gun? Being sabotaged here, Brandon.
That I truly am a master influencer.
Yeah, and Discord's currently sabotaging Brandon. What the heck? Brandon!
You know, if only you guys were this enthusiastic about Klonoa when I was first talking about him, and like you are with Hyena with Gun.
Yeah. I tell you, we truly are being sabotaged here. It's amazing. Familiars as items? Actually, that's not a bad idea. What familiar should we go with, though? Because familiars was generally a Symphony of the Night thing, if I recall correctly.
Oh my god.
Nope, you are not good, Brandon. I still can't hear you. You are still lagging out. Just got back from the vet. Welcome. What games do I think would make for a good TV show? Any game, if it could be well told and well written. The Fairy? What part of the adventure mode are we on now? We're on Castlevania.
I am being called. I need to BRB for a bit.
Oh, now, yeah. As soon as he's being called, now his mic works again.
What?
You were lagging the whole time.
I know I was. Hold on.
The Sword Familiar. Thank you once again, Jurassic. And he's asking you, Brian, about his thoughts on the Capcom project.
It sounds interesting.
Did I watch the Mario movie and did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. Salt? What salt? I'm Salt. Okay, next series. Persona.
You know what this series is, right, chat?
Yeah, you all know what Persona is, right? Right? Enemies I have listed down for Persona. Weak enemies, Pixie, Jack Frost, Pyrojack, Kadama, Anmoraki, and then the Mitama. Strong enemies I have Cerberus, Bareth, Archangel, and Mott. Obstacle enemies I have the Reaper and Alice. For mini bosses I have King Frost and Thor. And for the world boss I have Beelzebub here, but I'm not totally sold on Beelzebub, so that one could be changed if need be. The Chariot Arcana as a weapon? What? Or as an item? How'd that work? How would that work? What game was Beelzebub in? Beelzebub is generally a we see Beelzebub a lot in the Shin Megami Tensei games, but it is also a usable persona in plenty of the Persona games as well. Beelzebub is in a good chunk of the games from what I know, yeah? Okay, cool. So what is this again? An adventure mode? How are we gonna... Oh, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean how are we gonna solve it? We're just building it. We building.
Yeah.
And I figured a good level for Persona is just the metaverse. Which potentially, actually, we could make a unique metaverse, since generally the metaverse is always different in every game. So, it just depends on where you are. So this could be a metaverse in the Smash world. Personally, I feel Lucifer is a bit more fitting, but Beelzebub's a good choice too. Lucifer, I feel like would be a bit harder to get away with, if only because Lucifer is a bit more connected with the religious imagery. I know Beelzebub is too, but at the very least, Beelzebub isn't as recognized, and it's just a giant fly monster, whereas Lucifer is literally like big devil. The metaverse was only in 5. Well, wait, isn't just the whole alternate world just called the metaverse, or I guess not. Is there not like a common name for that alternate world where like the shadows exist and such? How is my day? My day is going fine. Akechi as a mini boss? No. I'd rather stick to it being monsters that have appeared in all the Persona games. How do we make our own document like this? Under Google Docs? That's what I'm using. But yeah, so like, what would be some good Persona items? Heck, I'm even willing to take some from Shin Megami Tensei if need be.
A notebook.
What?
A notebook.
You're not gonna take this seriously. Oh, did the music stop again? Dang it. Sorry about that. Check the wiki for Persona items. It sent me to Persona 5 items, but we'll see. Throw Morgana. Calling card works like a mine? I don't know about that. You step on it, a Persona 5 character shows up and attacks them? I don't know about that. Oh, actually, hold up. I think there were some items that let you use magic. To a degree. Let me see. Oh, here's one. Magic ointment. An upgrade item. Reflex. All. Let's actually do this instead. Instead of the magic ointment, we'll do the physical ointment instead. When hit by a melee attack, it nullifies that damage and returns it to the aggressor. So it's a built-in counter item. Because that's what everyone wants, right? The ability for any character to counter. Right, Brian?
Yeah.
Oh, and Brandon's saying that Ellie, I guess, is feeling a little sick, so he's going to be hanging out with her for a bit. Alright, hope she gets better.
Yeah.
I wonder, though. If it takes too long to be activated, it'll just wear off. It can only be activated against attacks that deal a certain threshold of damage. So the idea is that it can't, like, opponents can't just take advantage of it and just hit you with a jab and be done with it. It needs to do a certain amount of damage, a certain amount of damage needs to be dealt in order for it to activate. So pretty much while you're wearing this, it could deter your opponents from wanting to use stronger attacks, unless they just forget. Have some side stories, like a school life, like be in school or something.
Yes, that's what I play Smash for. Education.
I mean, if we wanted to, we could make the level potentially, like, actually call back kind of more so from Personas 1 and 2. Where, because I believe, if I recall correctly, the metaverse in those games were less like these, like, completely unfamiliar worlds, but they were worlds that looked like the real world, but were still different and had monsters crawling around them. Which, I mean, to be fair, kind of is still the metaverse as, like the metaverse in at least 4 and 5, because 4 still has something kind of like that, and 5 did that as well, depending on the person. Kind of. Like 4 and 5 just introduced very specific locations that work drastically different from the real world. Oh, thank you once again, Jurassic. So the story of my Capcom project is when Abyss, Marvel vs. Capcom, destroy the entire Capcom universe, Ingrid and her fellow code holders must save the Capcom world and destroy Abyss and his army. Okay. Stylized reality, basically. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, a world that looks real but isn't. I guess if that makes sense. Oh, hold up. Reading this, here is a funny idea for a melee weapon. Tetra Hammer. A melee weapon. When used, it ignores, counters, and reflects. And reflectors. How funny would that be? Thank you once again, Jurassic. Any questions from me or Brian about the project? No. I just wish you the best of luck on it. Sounds interesting. Oh, here's another nasty one, actually. Straw Doll. And here's an idea for it. So what if every character could have a thwack?
Oh no.
When picked up and used, the character, or the user, will hold the doll forward and it will explode. Any player hit by the explosion has a chance to be instantly KO'd. The higher their damage, the more likely it is to succeed. All right. Goho M? Oh yeah, the thief tool specifically. A tool that allows you to return to the metaverse entrance. Not really sure how well that'll work. I keep looking at the Megiddo bomb, but every time I look at it, I just keep thinking smart bomb, because it would kind of just be the same thing, and I want to avoid that. Maybe a deck of cards and you get a randomized effect based on the arcana that you draw. So strength making you stronger, chariot making you faster, lovers healing you, etc. I'm trying to think, is there a game that specifically dictates what Arcana has for in terms of statuses like that? Does the straw doll KO the person who grabs it? No, imagine like an item version of the hero's thwack. Kind of like that. Time is, let me see. Alright, we're just now hitting an hour in. We still got a few more series we got to go through, and we got an hour left. I would like to get through them all today, so that way we can spend the next stream, or the next time I do this, which again may be likely because again I still really can't draw, so I can't do much of anything else. I would just like to get through all these if need be as we go. All right, so Dragon Quest. So enemies that I got listed down for Dragon Quest. Under weak enemies, I have Slime, Draki, Bunnycorn, Ghosts, Chimeras, and Muddy Hands. For strong enemies, I got King Slimes, Great Sabercats, Mad Condors, and Cannaboxes. For mini bosses, I have Golems and Gigantes, and I don't know what the world boss should be. Because we had a few ideas for it, but I couldn't really pick one. But I think it should be either the Dragon Lord or Malroth. What do you guys think? Also, thank you once again, Jurassic. Gimmicks, it has the Spirit Battles and 1v1 system of Smash, the roaming combat of DMC, and a 4v4 system of Power Stone. For bosses, there are 18 bosses, 7 of Light, 7 of Dark, 3 OG bosses. Okay, cool. Dragon Lord. Another poll. We'll see first. But something tells me that a lot of you guys also aren't that cultured on Dragon Quest. Do I gotta start culturing people on Dragon Quest now?
Yes.
Who here knows what a Gigantes is? I haven't played it. Then play it. What's your excuse? Huh? It's a Cyclops. You got lucky. I guess we can go with the Dragon Lord as the world boss. Simple enough. King Slime as the boss, because I already have King Slime under strong enemies. Ow. Oh my goodness, my arm is really bothering me today. Yeah, mainly because I forget if I mentioned this earlier. You guys probably noticed, like I'm in my new chair. Like it came in yesterday, and I built it earlier. But when after building it, my arm started bothering me again because I'm stupid and tried building a chair with an injured arm. So, ugh. Do the folks here really not know that much about Dragon Quest? How'd that happen anyway? It's tendinitis. Like, pretty much I used my arm too much, and I damaged the tendons in my arm. So now I need to try to let them heal. Which I'm doing a very bad job of, by the way, unfortunately. Chimera Wings, when used, your characters perform the zoom spell, so it just recreates the zoom on the hero. Yeah, I could. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Except for, those people that can literally see the future and predict where you're gonna land. Still have nightmares about that. even more suspicious when a Shulk player pulls it off.
Okay, but what about the Palutena who catches you with the up hand?
Is this
Who
my
could've
good arm?
done
Yeah, this is my dominant arm. Thank you once again, Jurassic. Thank you for your thoughts, Ralph 1 and Brian. Also, Brian, any thoughts on my Rathalos moveset? Thank you guys so much.
I don't think I've seen your Rathalos moveset.
Actually, let's do this. Here. Here's an idea for the Chimera Wing. An upgrade item. After consumed, the user's up special is replaced with the zoom spell. So it's not just an item you're forced to hold. Like, you can use it whenever you think you're going to need it. So specifically for recovery reasons. Yes, let me look up Dragon Quest items. List of items in Dragon Quest. Well, this is only gonna be Dragon Quest 1. Let's start with 11 and go from there. Bunch of medicine. A bunch of stuff that just heals you. Does this game come with heat-seeking eyes? I don't understand the question. Ryan, what are they talking about?
I'm not sure, because I'm also kind of focusing on a couple of things here and there.
Seed of Strength makes you stronger for a limited time. I feel like there's already way too many items that I already made up that do that exact same thing, and I want diversity here. A slime sword? Is that even a thing?
Yeah, Dragon Quest. There's a metal slime sword.
Oh, so it's just a weapon. It doesn't look like it has anything, like, unique. Well, no, it's designed for dealing more damage to metal monsters, but... Could instantly kill any metal enemy. That's pretty situational here. Like, there are common items, but a lot of them are kind of would just be repeats of items that I've made for other series and such. A throwable slime. Oh dear. Alright. I think I'm spending too much time trying to find items for this one. Yeah. Alright, we'll just move on. We'll come back to Dragon Quest later. Haven't even figured out a proper level, like finalized level for it. Because, like, we had Plains, Dungeons, and Yggdrasil. We'll come back to it. Alright, Banjo-Kazooie. Please tell me you youngins at least know what Banjo-Kazooie is. You better know what Banjo-Kazooie is, you youngins. You young people. You whippersnappers.
I believe there was a man some time ago who said, if you haven't played this game, you are stupid. How we get the DLC already? Well, we're just leaving some things blank so we can go back to it.
Yeah. Have a nuts and bolts theme level? How about I ban you? So the enemies that we have listed here for Banjo-Kazooie, under weak enemies we have Topper, Collywobble, Ticker, Buzzbomb, Grublin, and Minion. For strong enemies we have Gruntlings, Grillchompas, Zubbas, and Boomboxes. Obstacle enemies we have Snackers and Dragondas. For mini bosses I have Conga and Klungo. Unless you guys have a different idea for a different mini boss. And then the world boss is just Gruntilda. So unless you guys have a different idea for a potential mini boss. Who was that metal whale? That was Clanker. And I don't think Clanker was ever an enemy. Do I play Metroid games? I do not, but I've seen plenty of Let's Plays of them. Clanker as a level? Yeah, Clanker wasn't really a whole level, just like the world around Clanker. Ratchet and Clanker, I hate it. The level can probably just be Grunty's lair. Either that, or we can do a thing where, like... Because if we just stick to Banjo-Kazooie 1, in terms of the level, it could be a level that, like, because, like, I guess to kind of fit the wild nature of Banjo-Kazooie, it could technically be Grunty's lair, but you traveled, like, through many of the different, to many of the different worlds within Grunty's lair. Like, they're all short. How do you spell locales? Am I dumb? It's just locations. I just put locations. Yeah, and just climbing the tower. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Locales. Thank you, Junior. I guess one potential good item for Banjo-Kazooie could be those little robot Kazooies from Tui. I forget what they were called though. You're sad because I literally used them as a part of the original Banjo moveset that I made. The Clockwork Kazooie eggs, thank you, that's what they were. How would it work, though? The Ginginator, it's basically Dragoon, but horizontal. I mean, that's already the final smash for Banjo. So probably not. Banjo's Banjo. As a melee weapon, just smash a Banjo over people's heads. Beehive, we already have that in the Animal Crossing world. Kazooie power-ups. The shock springboard? Wait, you mean the thing that Banjo already uses for his up special? See, this is where the challenge comes in. Trying to introduce 9 items per series, but you want them to be all unique. You start running out of ideas. But that's the challenge, and I enjoy a good challenge.
Except when it takes too long.
You had to ruin the moment, didn't you? Can you believe this guy?
Hey, Chad, want to start talking about the hyena with gun again?
Can't believe this. How many kinds of bombs are there in Smash? Way too many.
Banjo with gun, so just holding Kazooie.
Yeah. Pretty much. Claw Climber boots? What are those? Why do I not remember those? Footwear that allows Kazooie to walk up walls. Unfortunately, the boots only work if a wall has a trail with Kazooie's footprints on it. Oh, actually, that could be a fun idea. Hold up. I kind of like that. An upgrade item allows the wearer to walk along walls and ceilings. Activated by running into a wall or off a ledge. That's a fun idea for an item, actually. Screw Attack exists as an item, as an up special, so why can't the Springboard be? Because the Springboard isn't as interesting. It's just big jump. Bunny Hook can do that too. The washing machine. All right.
Okay, so Twitter just dropped some news.
What?
Gex is finally getting remakes.
Gex?
Yeah, Gex is back.
I don't believe you. Hold on. I see Godzilla. Where's Gex? I don't see Gex anywhere.
Gex is right here.
The world has changed. Old begets new. But you can always rely on the classics. Lizard. The Gex trilogy. Oh, so are they just ports of the older games?
Yeah, looks like it.
Huh. Neat. So, if anyone wants to jump on that requesting for Gex Smash Moveset bandwagon, exclamation point requests in the comments. Because I know some of you probably will. Gex Trilogy announced for Switch? Sick. Alright, cool. Lizard back. Alright, well that said, we'll come back to Banjo-Kazooie later. Fatal Fury. This one I'm gonna have to look into proper. Cause actually, after the last stream, yesterday, after I, after a bit, I did go back to look at Street Fighter and found that actually there's a lot of potential Street Fighter stuff to work with, so we can do that. But Fatal Fury, I got a feeling I'm going to have to look at during my own time. So we'll skip Fatal Fury for now. ARMS. Probably the same thing. Aside from the world boss of ARMS probably being what's-his-face? What was the name of the giant head in ARMS, or am I forgetting something? Wasn't there like a boss enemy that you fight in ARMS? I forget what it was called though. Headlock? Headlock. Okay. How do you spell it? Because I'm seeing two different versions of spellings here.
Hedlok.
Alright. Minecraft. Okay, here's a series I'm sure that you youngsters know all about, right? Minecraft. It's just like it's just like your Terrarias and your Robloxes, right? Same thing. You whippersnappers are playing.
See, someone in the chat, you just is like, what's Minecraft?
Enemies that I have down for Minecraft: weak enemies, zombies, skeletons, slimes, spiders, phantoms, and illagers. Strong enemies: creepers, endermen, spider jockeys, and blazes. Mini bosses: ghasts and withers. World bosses: ender dragon. What do you guys think of that lineup? Make the warden an obstacle? Isn't the warden something you can kill, though? We have many kinds of illagers. Well, consider it a variation thing. Like between Goombas and Paragoombas and whatever. Technically, you're really not supposed to, though? You're not supposed to be able to kill wardens? What? It's very hard to kill, but it can be killed, though. Make silverfish an obstacle? Aren't silverfish also killable, usually? If anything, the warden should be a mini-boss. Make the ghast a strong enemy and the warden a mini-boss? I suppose. I could replace the spider jockey in that case. Killing a warden is more trouble than it's worth, so it should really be an obstacle. Thank you once again, Jurassic. For next stream, I can help you with the Street Fighter section. Whenever we get back to it, sure. Monster spawner as an obstacle? Maybe not an obstacle, at least a world element, though. What is the Skulk Shrieker? You guys are making up words. Skulk Shrieker is a skulk rock found in the deep dark biome that produces a shrieking noise when the player either stands on it, regardless of sneaking, or triggers a nearby skulk sensor. Shriekers that generate naturally in the deep dark will inflict darkness and may summon a warden when triggered. Oh. Well, that's not necessary. That's not necessary then. Yeah, we're on Minecraft now. Is one of the levels the Nether? Yeah, like it could be like kind of like you mostly go through like basic Minecraft biomes in the overworld. At some point you end up in the Nether, and then it ends up in the end where you fight the Ender Dragon. What items are there? I don't know, guys. What items are there? Totem of the Undying? You guys are making up names. An uncommon combat item that can save the holders from death. It is dropped by evokers. Oh, it's just another revive item. Then nah, we don't need. I think we're good on those. Ender Pearl functions exactly like it doesn't. Isn't the Ender Pearl just something that helps you find the end whatevers, or did it have a different like function that I'm not remembering? Oh no, it had a teleport function, didn't it? I forgot about that actually. Yeah, that's right. That's actually a fun idea. I like that. Ender Pearls. An item you pick up and throw. When thrown, the user will teleport to the spot where the Ender Pearl collides or lands. Can be used only a limited number of times. Sick. That's pretty sick, actually. That'd be a fun item. A fun, unique item. Channeling Trident? Again, you guys are making stuff up. What is a channeling trident? Channeling is a trident enhancement that produces lightning when thrown at a mob or a lightning rod while a thunderstorm is occurring. So the music stopped again. Fix that. And don't worry, I got you musics. Yeah, I can see the trident being something interesting. Okay. Though it looks like it's just called channeling. It's not called the channeling trident, it's called channeling. So imagine like you throw this trident at somebody, it hits a player, and they just get shocked. Oof. Lingering potions? If that's just a healing item, then probably not. But I'll see. Wait, a variant of splash potions that can be thrown to leave clouds with status effects that linger on the ground? What? I'm confused. What? TNT, no. Potions have many effects? Okay, what's a cool unique effect then? What's a cool unique effect then that a potion can do in Minecraft that's pretty unique to Minecraft? Like, what's a very Minecrafty like effect that these things can do potentially? Slow falling, we already have items like that. Frostwalker, nah. Water Walker, nah. Nausea. Withering? What is withering? And dare I ask? Oh, it's poison. It's just poison. Yeah, it's poison. Like, it's just like karmic retribution in Undertale. Poison. That's all it is. It's just poison. A poison that can kill you. Just poison on steroids. Alright, let's do this then. Here's an idea for it. Withering Potion. An item you can pick up and throw. If it hits a player, that player will... a player or enemy... they will fall under its effects. They will take slow but constant damage over time if they are still under the effects. If they are still under the effects, they will take slow but constant damage over time if they are still under the effects. If they are still under the effects, they will take slow but constant damage over time if they are still under the effects. If they are still under the effects, they will take slow but constant damage over time if they are still under the effects. If they are still under the effects, they will take slow but constant damage over time if they are still under the effects. If they are still under the effects, they will take slow but constant damage over time if they are still under the effects. If they are still under the effects, they will take slow but constant damage over time if they are still under the effects. If they are still under the effects, they will take slow but constant damage over time if they are still under the effects. If they are still under the effects, they will take slow but constant damage over time if they are still under the effects. If they are still under the effects, they will take slow but constant damage over time if they are still under the effects. If they are still under the effects, they will take slow but constant damage over time if they are still under the effects. If they are still under the effects, they will take slow but constant damage over time if they by the time their damage Okay, are we back? Looks like we might be back. Alright, looks like we're back. Cool. Alright. Alright. Looks like I'm not going to be able to, like, hold the stream up any longer because something's going on with my net randomly. Again, just randomly. It's not raining outside. My net just feels like being bad. So, I really need to figure out what's going on with that. So, I guess real quickly before I do go ahead and end things off properly and not abruptly, what do you guys think of what I did here for the Withering Potion? Yeah, so an item that you can pick up and throw. If it hits a player or an enemy, they will fall under its effects. They will take slow but constant damage over time. If they are still under the effect by the time their damage reaches a specific high percentage, they will automatically be KO'd. Does that sound fitting for the Wither? What do you guys think? What do you think, Brian?
I think so.
If the thrown potion hits the stage, it'll just break and be wasted. I mean, you threw a glass jar at the ground. What do you expect? Alright. What about the Totem of Undying? I looked at that earlier. That's just another revive item, and I don't want too many of those, so I'm going to pass on that one. Alright, yeah, so this is where I'm going to go and end things off, folks. I don't trust my internet to keep going, to keep us going with this. It's a shame, too, because we literally only have a few left to go through. I guess it just is what it is, unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and end things off here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow, because tomorrow is when my family and I are going to go celebrate Sophia's birthday. But if you do see me, then cool. If not, then I will see you guys next Monday. So, have a good night, everybody. Say goodbye, Brian.
Goodbye, Brian.
Yeah, he said exactly what I told him to. What a good friend. All right, have a good night, everyone.
And say goodbye to the hyena with gun.
No, he's not welcome here.